Hey everyone, MorgyModernSonicFan here. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Devil is a Part-Timer. Hataraku Maou-Sama, known in English as The Devil is a Part-Timer, was actually the first anime I ever watched. I remember one day when I was 13, I randomly decided, hey, anime looks cool, I'm going to start watching it. So I looked up online what the top 10 best animes were, and lo and behold, number 1 on the 2013 list was Attack on Titan. Being only 13, it looked a bit too gritty for my taste. Side note, I did eventually binge watch AOT in high school though, and I must say the final season has been amazing. But I found another list that placed The Devil is a Part-Timer at number 1, so I gave it a shot. Anyway, this was the show that sparked my initial interest in Japanese animation and turned me into the weeb scum that I am today. That in itself should speak volumes as to its quality. Now, after finishing Season 1, I was stoked for the next season. I actually found a petition on change.org for the second season to be released. I signed it, of course, and I waited. And I waited. I waited year after year after year. And then I gave up and accepted that the Season 2 I wanted so bad just wasn't happening. And while I was disappointed, I was fine with that. Then just this year, I decided to go on Crunchyroll to rewatch an episode for nostalgia's sake. And did my jaw drop when I saw that they just started releasing brand new episodes. I could not believe my eyes. This gemstone had been buried for almost a decade, and it just now got dug back up again. Fair warning, I will try to keep the spoilers to a minimum in this review, but if you do plan on watching it yourself, I would highly recommend doing so before continuing. The Devil is a Part-Timer. How bizarre of a title. Can you think of a single anime with a weirder title than that? Actually, that's a dumb question. But it's certainly not the first title you'd think of. In terms of genre, this show doesn't exactly fit into one category or another. The first 5 minutes of the first episode are almost stereotypical of a shonen, but after that it takes a sudden, unexpected turn into a slice-of-life comedy. This is one thing I actually have to complain about. When I was first looking for an anime to watch, I was looking specifically for a shonen. I didn't know what a shonen was back then, but I know now that that's what I was looking for. I watched the first 5 minutes of the show and I thought this was perfect, but the turn into comedy seems a bit too sudden. It's too fast-paced. But if you haven't seen the show, you must be wondering, what the heck is up with that title? Well, this is basically the plot of the first episode. We start out by getting an amazing exposition on how Satan and his demons tried to take over the mythical land of Enta Isla. Then the hero, Amelia, rose up to save the land from them. She and her armies defeated all the legions of demons and then closed in on his castle to destroy him once and for all. This all culminates with a short but epic battle between Amelia and the devil, which ends with Amelia slicing off one of his horns with her sacred sword. Ouch. On the brink of defeat, Alciel, one of Satan's 4 demon generals, advises that the two of them flee to another world until they've had time to recover. So they open up an interdimensional portal. Satan publicly acknowledges the humans' victory, but promises he'll destroy the world as soon as he returns. Little do they know, Amelia and some of the others followed them before it closed. The portal just happens to land them in real-life Tokyo, where they quickly realize that in this world they're no longer demons, but regular humans. And without their black magic, they have no choice but to live life as regular humans. Living life as normal humans, of course, means having to eat, something they're not used to, and eating means having a job so that they can buy food. And since the devil has no experience besides being the ruler of demons, he has no choice but to take up a part-time job at McDonald's. Yeah, I know it's not actually called that in the show, but it's pretty obvious. And thus, we've arrived at the main plot of the story. A slice-of-life comedy about a demon king who flips burgers for a living.
Accommodating all of our customers' needs when we have the time gives us a long-term advantage.
You are beyond incredible! You're like a for-real grown-up!
Thanks, but hardly. I'm just a part-timer.
He said it! He said it!
I wouldn't have a problem with that so much if it weren't for this scene here.
King Satan,
Yeah?
might I suggest you put a little more thought into your spending?
Give me a break. I put thought in spending. Summer's around the corner, so we need a fridge. Owning a washing machine is cheaper than a laundromat in the long run. And I have to have the bike to get to work.
It's not what you purchase that concerns me, sire. I just think paying in installments would have been a better choice than buying them all at once.
Well, I hate loans, so...
Don't so me, sire.
Nag all you want, but installment plans come with interest and fees. And I ain't gonna pay for something I can't touch with my own two hands.
Impeccably worded, sire.
See, at this point, Satan and Alciel have basically become indistinguishable from regular humans. Their personalities take a quick turn from being menacing to melodramatic. Especially Alciel. Oh, by the way, as part of their disguises, they actually changed their names too. Satan changed his name to Sadao Mao, fittingly enough, and Alciel changed it to Shiro Ashia. So from here on out, I'll be referring to them as Mao and Ashia. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll introduce you to the other main characters. The hero Amelia, who followed the two demons through the portal into Tokyo. She changed her name to Emiyusa, and she hates Mao, Ashia, and Urushihara with every fiber of her being. It's not just the hero-villain dynamic that is the reason she hates them, though. Her grudge against them stems from the fact that, back in Enta Isla, Lucifer destroyed her village and apparently killed her father. And yeah, she hates Urushihara too, but her hatred is far more focused on Mao for ordering the attack in the first place. Her hatred towards him gradually gets weaker as the story progresses, going from murderous to just petty and spiteful. She's basically a tsundere.
The only time weird stuff like this happens to me is when I'm around you!
That might be because you're always around me. Ever think of that? Stuck in me, creeper!
Please, that couldn't be further from the truth. I came to give Belle info on you clowns because she's stuck living here. Protecting the world from you is my duty. You think I stalk you? Well, there wouldn't be much to stalk, Mr. One Ratty Unislow shirt.
Shut up! I understand you hate me, but what did Unislow do to you? Do they not carry sports bras and size pancake in this itty-bitty hero committee?
Chiho Sasaki. She's Mao's co-worker and obviously has a crush on him, but being incapable of experiencing or understanding human emotions, Mao doesn't notice in the slightest, and doesn't see her as much more than a co-worker or an ally at best. Emmy repeatedly warned her to stay away from him, but she always took that as her being jealous, naturally enraging her, and further giving Chiho the impression she's jealous. When she does find out Mao is actually the devil, she doesn't care one bit, and she still loves him.
Right, Chi? I promised to teach you how to fix the ice cream machine today.
Lucifer. He's another one of Satan's 4 demon generals, specifically the one who destroyed Amelia's village. Sometime after Amelia defeated him back on Enta Isla, he joined forces with Father Olba, an archbishop in the Church of Enta Isla, in a conspiracy to follow Satan, Alciel, and Amelia through a portal and kill all 3 of them, and in return he'd be allowed back into heaven. There's a big fight between them, which actually causes Mao to regain his demon form and defeat Lucifer. After that fight, he changes his name to Hanzo Urushihara and becomes a NEET, basically just squatting in Mao's apartment so he can blow his money on Amazon or play video games. To say he's a parasite is an understatement. He's gotten it down to a science exactly how lazy he can be before Mao and Ashia decide to kick him out. He works and he does chores, but only when he thinks it's absolutely necessary for him to keep living there. Crestia Bell. On Enta Isla, she helped Father Olba arrest and execute heretics whom he perceived as a threat to the church. She went to Earth posing as Mao's new neighbor, Suzuno Kamazuki, so she could spy on and eventually kill him. When this is revealed, however, Mao points out how her lack of remorse for killing people has, ironically, made her more morally corrupt than even him, which changes her mind. Now she's just kinda a more laid-back version of Emi. She isn't fond of him, or Ashia, or Urushihara, but she isn't constantly belittling them either. With Urushihara, she's more patronizing than anything else.
Go on. Grate some ginger. Surely you can handle a simple grater.
Don't call me Shirley.
Alice Ramos. This is the most recently introduced major character, only just introduced in Season 2. She's a toddler who claims Satan is her father and Amelia is her mother.
Could you tell me who your parents are?
Parents? What's that?
He means your mama and your dada.
Dada is... Satan!
Awesome! Your dada is Satan.
How this is possible, or if this is even true at all, is unknown thus far, but she's been a real game changer when it comes to Mao and Emi's character dynamic, as I'll be getting further into in a moment. Anyway, Mao is totally laid back and quickly seems to lose interest in world domination, becoming weirdly fixated on his job. I mean, Ashia reminds him every now and then that they have to work on regaining their magic and getting back home, and Mao acknowledges it, but he overall seems pretty apathetic about it. Even in the scenes where he regains his powers, he always finds some excuse to use up his magic before he can open up a portal back to Enta Isla.
Well, whatever. I can't go now anyway. I don't have enough magic left. Man, yesterday was so exhausting. Having to restore all those broken buildings after a fight was rough. Not to mention opening a gate to get rid of Sariel.
Ashia is really the only one who still takes the demon thing seriously. Well, him and one other character. The hero Amelia. Amelia still sees Mao and Ashia as demons, and she still hates them for everything they did as demons. Likewise, Ashia still sees Emi as their mortal enemy, and always keeps his defenses up when she's around. But Mao just doesn't care. He just sees Emi as some annoying girl who won't leave him alone. Point is, I think there were a lot of missed opportunities in the show. I think it would have been funnier if the writers had played around more with the fact that they're aliens. But then again, comedy isn't really the main focus of the show. The show is really about the devil learning about what it means to be human. The devil we see in the first scene is ruthless, bloodthirsty, and devoid of any humanity whatsoever. By the next episode, he's basically Saitama from One Punch Man. Most of the time, he's emotionless and just lives for the moment. If he's ever scared, angry, or happy, it'll just be about something that isn't really a big deal. But Season 2 is where things really start to get interesting. A couple of episodes in, we see Mao actually starting to display emotions. He starts displaying actual care for Chiho for reasons besides just being her coworker. He experiences nostalgia when recollecting his past, and he experiences true happiness when he's with his self-proclaimed daughter. It's honestly really heartwarming to see this side of him, and it makes me wonder if we'll ever see this kind of character development with Ashia or Urushihara. And while we're on the subject of Season 2, there was one other thing I wanted to bring up. Remember how I said in the beginning it took 9 years for Season 2 to come out?
We need to focus on finding a way home, not doing awful day labor, capiche?
Right, and your point, sire?
You are now in charge of finding a way to get our magic back. I'll work and get money, you do research. Magic's at least a concept here, so if we trace that alleged fantasy back to its source, well, maybe we'll be able to find something that's helpful.
Do you believe there's a chance we can recover our powers?
Hoping so. I mean, why stop at just Enta Isla? Why not rule this world too? I like this plan so much better, don't you?
Yes, sire!
Oh, how could I forget? You've got a good memory, smarty. The Traveler was hurt by evil demons and thought it might be the end, but a kind angel swooped down to save him. She told the traveler tales of amazing things he'd never heard of before. The tallest of mountains, the bluest of seas, powerful kings and their knights, and delicious food that made his tummy rumble. She spoke of God and the world of the stars.
What is Mao doing? I bet he's gotten himself mixed up in some kind of trouble again. So yeah, what else is new?
Ashi is gonna be mega pissed if I don't wash all this crap again. The enemy is in hiding. Guess I can rewash the stupid clothes during this stupid truce, but no way am I separating lights and darks.
Huh? Yeah, I'm great. Never better, actually. Thank you for asking, though.
This way, making our way through the crowd, we won't get separated.
You're right, that's true. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. These kinds of showers stop as quickly as they start. Maybe we should wait it out in the break room together.
Nah, I'm more concerned with my apartment than the rain.
Okie doke. In that case, why don't we share my umbrella?
It's really nice, but I'm worried about you being at my place.
Don't be! If there's a problem, I would help you! Trust me!
Yeah, the VA's aged a lot in that time. Mao sounds like a tired middle-aged man, Urushihara sounds like a gay guy who works with the Geek Squad, and Chiho sounds like an old woman trying really hard to sound like an innocent little girl. Susanoo's voice was weird in the first season, and she sounds even weirder in this one, just in a different way. And Ashia?
The sole problem here is you, Demon General Lucifer! You've become a spoiled shut-in, providing not and wanting much! Stop leeching off our money! You've lost your say. Just think of the waste. This jungle.co has brought great ruin to the castle's budget, all thanks to you.
I need that stuff for research.
Research to save the rainforest or to destroy it like you did our savings?
It's way too hot for this.
You're hot? Well, you must be thirsty then. Care for a drink? Oh, it's Amelia, the world-renowned hero with a penchant for eavesdropping.
Oh my gosh, why is he screaming every single line? You thought he was a drama queen in season 1? He takes it to a whole new level in this one. My guess is his voice actor did it to disguise the fact that his voice isn't exactly the same anymore. And honestly, I can forgive that. It suits his character anyway, and I'm guessing by now he's worked up by the fact that he's the only character left who actually wants to get back to Enta Isla. But if you really can't get past their voices, I recommend watching the Japanese version. The delivery is a lot better in my opinion.
運が悪かったとか思っちゃいないだろうな。悪行に寄せんをね。だが俺たちは生きるために奪った。てめえらは何も考えずに奪い傷つけた。お前らはきっと無事に逃げおおせたが、自分の悪事を思い出すことなんてこれっぽっちもなかったんだな。感じるぜ、てめえ心根の腐った負の感情をな。人を傷つけた代償はこれからてめえら自身が一生かけて払ってくんだ。俺たちみたいにな。
So, what do I think of this show overall? Well, I think the story concept is fantastic. It's basically like Fox's Lucifer if it were an animated comedy. The character dynamics are funny, and it's kind of sweet to see them go from mortal enemies to friends. Well, friends in the sense that Kyle and Cartman from South Park are friends. In the soundtrack... I just can't get enough of that orchestral theme. And that song, When the Devil Regains His Power, is just so exhilarating. Overall, I give this show an 8 out of 10. It loses points for not quite being all that it could be in my opinion, but it has great characters, an intriguing plot, beautiful music, it's funny, and I'm so excited for Season 3. Which probably won't be out till I'm in my 30s, but hey, you can't rush this stuff. But anyway, that just about wraps up this review. Would you watch this show? If you have, did you like it? And would you recommend it to someone else? Leave your comments down below, and I'll catch you all next time.